Yes, please use that one. Thank you. Has that resolved the issue? Can you hear me now? I hope so. Good evening, Lee and Ali. Thank you both for coming to join me. Has that resolved all my sound issues, Ali and Lee? Has that everything okay? I've got to wait for the YouTube delay now. I hope that's worked. My little bar's going up and down now.
Yeah, it's working.
So, excellent. I have confirmation from Sparkle that it's working. Yay. Awesome. Right. So I do have a plan for tonight, which is, as I was saying, but you couldn't hear me, I've been enjoying doing the bear. The bear's been fun. But in that enjoyment, I've been putting off finishing him. Because if I finish him, then that's it. It's done. I can't have fun painting him anymore once I finish painting him, really, can I? So I've decided, no, I'm going to have to finish him. I can't put it off anymore. So the bear itself needs a couple of washes and then some highlights. But he also needs the backplate finishing. So I'll be finishing the backplate. And I'll be working on the rest of his base as well. This will be getting at least, I hope, base coated by the end of the night. So that's the plan for tonight. So if that base coated, this finished. That does entail putting more stuff on the base, which is why I have a couple of little Space Marine parts. I have a Space Marine on his base just to give it some scale from at least one angle. And while I'm doing all that, I'll be telling everyone why Sparkles isn't too happy with one of my friends. I'll be explaining stuff as I go as well, but I will be telling you why Sparkles isn't too happy with one of my friends. So to start with, I'm going to move this out of the way. Yes, as they say on my mind, I've started to finish, and in this case, I will finish it because I've started. I mean, I got this last year. I've had it for like 6 months. But as I said, I've been, because of my enthusiasm for it and wanting to, I don't want it to end, but I know it has to. All good things must come to an end, so I'm going to finish it off. And a big part of that is getting the base done. So I need to clip this Space Marine torso so it sits about how I want it to on there, so it's kind of flat in. Bring it a bit more up. So it's going to be sitting there on the back. So the bear will be stood over the top here. And with a little bit of bending of plastic, because it is plastic, so it can bend a little bit, I should be able to get it to sit quite flush. I've just got to chop the back of his head off. So his head can fit in. Actually, that is a good point. I never say that. I never do. If you're not already, please do hit the like and subscribe if you haven't done. You are not already. It'll let you know if you want to hit the notification bell as well, because that didn't sound good. Well, yeah, if you want to hit the notification bell as well, it'll tell you when I'm going live or when I've planned one at least. It also should give you a community post for anything about voting or anything like that. But I do have a Discord as well. So go ahead if you would like to chat and talk and show me stuff that you're working on while you're listening to me. Please go ahead and join that. It should be there is a link on the main page, because I always forget to put it out on the bloody link. I may do so on a pinned comment if I remember. But I haven't got a good memory, so don't. Yeah. I've probably got the worst memory of anyone you've ever met. I don't even know the people you've met. I just know I've got a bad memory. So, Dead Space Marine on the back. It's going to be fun because I've got to use super glue. And that usually sticks to my bloody fingers first. See? And just doesn't stick the plastic to what I want it to. It just sticks my bloody fingers. Yay, I should dry it in place now. I'll do a quick test fit to make sure he's actually going to be able to stand over it. Because he's going to stand there. Thank you, Renee. Trust me, I've got a really bad memory. So much so that sometimes I even forget what day of the week it is, and then it comes to about 9 o'clock. It's like, oh, I'm supposed to have a stream tonight, and then it goes out literally last. I'm nowhere near ready for anything. Ah, crap! Don't break that off. That's not. Don't. The wires are rather fragile, so it will stand over it, and if I can lift it, it'll be nice to me. So the space marine will sit below him, and that's a very small space marine compared to him. Yeah, you can ask me any questions you want. If I can answer it, I'll answer it. If I can't, I'll tell you I can't. But now I need to base coat that, which needs black. Black. Which is the one that I've not shut up, of course. I never shake. One of these days, I will surprise you all, and I'll be ready. I'll have a tidy desk, and I'll be ready. So I want to paint all this black first. While I'm painting this black, some of you already know, as I said in Discord, a friend has donated their army to me. Now, Sparkles knows that this has happened, but Sparkles is yet to actually be aware of what this army actually is. So it's Astra Militarum, just to give a start off. So, yeah, I've now got, I'll have a guard army in a week or two. And I may have you may slightly have me on that one then, Renee, but because I can remember, because I'm doing all this, going to do all this from memory of what I think he's got from the last time I saw his collection. So here goes on the what I'm now going to be added to my collection along with the Imperial Guard that I'll get with Conquest. Let's see if I can remember now. There's about 5 just 10-man guard squads. There is, I think he's done one as a special squad. So he's got another 5 of those. He's got 3 command squads and 3 sets of 3 heavy weapons teams. I think he's got a DIY commissar that he used to proxy for Yarrick, because at that point my organ was in good order. And that's it, I think, for infantry models. Then he's got a Sentinel, one of the old ones, not one of the newer ones. Not one of the new armored ones. These paints, no, these paints do not smell strongly at all. I just have bad respiratory issues because of smoking. So because I don't know what this mic picks up. This mic picks up all sorts of stuff. So my bad breathing may also get picked up. In which case, I do apologise for that. I may need to tweak my mic settings just a little bit so it doesn't. So what was it up to? Oh yeah, so a Sentinel, a little thing. He has a Chimera. At least 6 Lehman Russes and a Baneblade. Then he's got some, what are they called? The weird ones that are painted blue and like special forces. Oh, I can't remember the name of the. It's kind of like a subset of them. They get the Taurox or Taurox Prime. The base is for a proxy for a Brutalis Dreadnought that I scaled wrong, which is this whopping great big bear. I did put a link for these in the video, but if you want one of these, you will not be able to get it at this scale because, well, this is a custom scale and I scaled it wrong, which is why it's fucking huge compared to a normal dreadnought. In fact, I'll leave him there. So it is for the bear. Because I've scaled it wrong, obviously it doesn't fit on a standard base. So I've had to custom a base for it to be able to go onto, so I can then put it on the field. It's going to look awesome when it goes against a non-emissary. It is called Lavarus. The votes came in. It is called Lavarus. Out of all the ones that were given, can't remember which other ones made the final now. I'm sure the community tab's probably still up, but I've ended the poll. Now, the annoying thing is I have put a Space Marine on the base, so I'm going to have to pay up the Space Marine again. It shouldn't be too bad. It should just be a little bit of gold and some dry brushing, I hope, because it is going to be one of my Space Marines, which is predominantly black armor, seeing as it doesn't have any shoulder pads on it. I don't have to do any blue for it. And these dry brushes are absolutely great for basing. I know they're supposed to be dry brushes, but they work for basing, and it's great. So just flat out base coating. Now, the camera picks up more than my eye can see, which is great, because I can use your view to actually help me paint. Which is why I look that way a lot. No, I said one day I will surprise you, Lee, and tidy my desk. So yeah, where was it up to? Yeah, so it's whatever those are that get the Taurox Prime, a command squad for them, a unit of them, and a Taurox or a Taurox Prime. So it's quite a hefty army that I know of. No, this is Renee's first time in, I believe. Did we? As I said, I've got an awful memory. But thank you for coming back. Yeah, I've got a really awful memory. It took me about 3 weeks to remember Ali when she was coming in. I've been talking to Ali beforehand. Same with other people. That it will take me a while to remember who people are. I'm not good at this thing. I'm not a YouTuber, even though I'm on YouTuber. YouTuber? Yeah, I'm not a YouTuber, even though I'm on YouTube. I don't know how to actually do this. I can just about do this bit. First time live. Okay, awesome. Right. So, in a strange position of you've seen me before, but I've not seen you before. I was worried. I'm only joking. Thank you for actually coming to see us, and I'm glad you managed to catch a live. So that looks to be as well, essentially. I don't think I'm going to get it any blacker than that without taking chunks off it to paint black. So once he's actually stood on it, it should have the little rocks with the thingies in front of him and the Space Marine over behind him. But here's the big but. He's a great big fiery bear. So he's going to leave a mark in the floor when he's stood, isn't he? Right, we'll wait for that to dry and then I'll come back and do the white bits. And you're thinking, what bloody white bits? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing when I thought the idea as well. I didn't think it was something that should have come out of my head, but it did. But there's going to be white bits. And then, yeah, I'm going to try and a lot of stippling with dry brushes, hopefully, and fingers crossed it's going to work. Oh, where did I put that? And can I get most of that black paint off? Please get most of that black paint off, because I don't want to ruin the dry brush. And they do pick up a lot of paint as well, so If you do get these and use them for base brushing, be careful. Oh, excellent. Excellent. Well, the seeing as you are from Canada, am I overlapping on your time, by the way? Yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. As I said, I'm not a YouTuber either. I just happen to do this on YouTube. It's almost like because the camera's in front of me, I have to do it. It's weird. If there was a psychologist in the room, would probably diagnose me with something, but I don't know what it is. The camera forces me to get on with stuff and paint. So there we go. That's a mostly clean dry brush. That should be usable soon. Now onto this. Now this is going to require a much smaller brush. If I can, I've got loads of brushes that I can never really find one. I don't know if anyone else's brush cup looks something like that, but yeah, it's a complete diabolical mess at the moment. I can't even remember how I'm doing this. Oh yeah, those bits are blue. The rest of it was going to be black, but there was going to be silver bits. Right. I should really write stuff down more often. Glad I did with the Eldar. I've got the Eldar stuff written down, so I know which paints to bloody use when I'm doing them. But I've got a lot more Eldar stuff to get before I start doing them. Including... Oh, it's a Wraith Lord on Wednesday, isn't it? Let's hope that's actually in stock. I've had this constant fear since I've started doing the combat patrols that just 1 week they're just going to stop doing them. So there goes any plans I had regarding them in the future. It is a worry. I hope it doesn't happen, but it is a worry. Right. Have I already got a blue out? If I haven't already got a blue out, it'll be a bluey miracle. But it doesn't appear like I've got the correct blue out at the moment. Oh, that sucks. Do not say I've got to open a brand new blue. No, I do not. I have found it. I have found blue. EB, good evening. Oh, good afternoon. Yes, for you. I've caught you at the editing desk, or I've caught you in the kitchen. Either one's work. Which brush is going to be best for the blue bit? That one. Using a wet palette, which is always the most fun thing in the world for me because I'm still not used to them properly. So we're trying to get that circly bit in the middle nice and blue. Well, now I'm looking at it, I'm thinking maybe I should have done it like bronze or silver. But too late now, I've started, so I'll finish. And Mastermind was on tonight, Ali, you're right. It was make you feel stupid night on British television if you watch the BBC. A string of programs that I just... half the time you just watch it to see if you understand the question, never mind see if you know an answer. I do go quiet on concentrating bits. Where I am, Renee, it is now near enough 10 o'clock at night. Ali could probably give you a more accurate time because I'm on a slight YouTube delay, or should I say a slight OBS delay. I could watch it on the YouTube stream, but it would really put me off. Yeah, one of the I'll communicate with chat. So Renee's asking questions in case anyone in the future is watching and not watching the live chat back. One of the reasons I go late is because, well, I have kids, and yeah, they make noise. They make lots of noise, and it's not fair of me to say, "Oh, everybody get out of the main room in the house," while I want to go live during times when everyone should be using it. So I can only really go live later on at night, which is kind of good, kind of bad, because it does push me at the same time as some other YouTubers that at least cover the realms of Warhammer that are reasonably popular. So I am overlapping a little with others that I'm aware of. But I'm not covering the same stuff. We're painting the shield for the backpack on the bear. I forgot to put the bear in shot. So this is going to go on the back here and be, because when I got it wrong, the guy in the back was also too big to be one of the guys, or one of the Marines. Well, kids can, they can be a dominating factor in doing things. Especially if they wish to use television and you're going, I can't put that on the stream because they'll get copyrighted. Because your kid's actually being quiet, but the thing they're playing, not so much. And this is where we do cleanup with black. I think I have decided these claw things are going to be pointing up as opposed to down. See, this isn't tiny work. This is actually, before I do it, do you know what a Terminator captain roughly scale-wise looks like? If the answer is yes, Renee, then I'll give you a very easy scaling for this. And you'll see it's actually quite big. If you go back and watch the cats, however, yeah, those I needed magnifiers for. Those things were tiny. I really should edit those down into proper videos. That goes against the very nature of the channel. The whole point is I'm not supposed, do not get dragged into it. This is supposed to be the fun thing. Editing is stressful. Do not get dragged into it. Reading glasses don't really make a difference. The magnifiers do. So wait a minute, where did I put that? Terminator. Terminator Captain, come here. So yeah, that's a Terminator Captain, and so it's quite big, really, and it's all flat as well. So it's quite simple as well. I mean, the Terminator Captain stood next to the Big Bear is about a third of its height in total, without its base. This thing's got a tower over fucking everything. Oh dear Lord. I don't think I've actually put it face to face with a Narn yet, but I think it's going to be bigger than a Narn, whichever one you built. Annihilator or Emissary, whichever. It's going to be bigger than those. I'd have to compare it to my Stomper soon. When it comes round to sorting my Stomper out, I will have to do a size comparison with the bear. See if he's worthy to maybe even be a proxy Angron or something. If he could be a proxy Angron, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I know he's not got the wings, but I don't think anyone's going to argue with me when I say it's a bear that's running at you, not a human. He can run just as fast as a human would with wings. 14-inch move, I think it is. Yeah, of course you can use my phone as a magnifier. Just put the screen in front of you and on the camera setting and zoom in. You've just got to keep tapping the screen so it don't bloody go away. Unless you've got something that tells it to stay on. If you've got something that tells it to stay on, then even better. Yeah, you should be able to use a phone as a magnifier. I know I use it as a mirror to shade my head. And I do that through camera mode. Oh, I've just had an idea. I can actually film on the back of my head and see if I've missed any spots. Awesome. Cheers for that. That's a top idea. Wish I had it. See, this is why I like chat. Such good ideas. Pardon me. Oh, look, Rust is a time-consuming game as far as you're concerned, because I've seen it when it's popping up. Do you have the time for Rust? Or can you make whatever it is that you're doing on Rust into a form of content? Because if you can make it into content and it works, because it's got to work as well. You know, unlike me, you are a YouTuber, Evie. So, yeah, content needs to work for you. But if it's going to be Rust is taking up a lot of time when you really would have been editing, then But if you can get content out of Rust, then awesome. Yeah, no, modern phones aren't phones. It's weird. It took me a while to make the same changeover, but you've got to essentially think of it as it's a mini PC with a camera built in, with like multiple cameras built in that you can make calls from and everything. It's great. But yeah, just access the camera. I do it for instructions in the kitchen all the time. Have you seen some of the things he put on like flour packets and sugar packets and some of the labels on food? It's just stupid. And yeah, you can't carry the big magnifying glasses around with you because you look like a right weirdo. I wanted to. Sparkle's willing to walk out the house. Apparently, she's the sensible one. But I'll be able to read the labels. You're not walking down the bleeding street with those on. I won't be looking through them. I'll have them up to start with. That didn't help matters. So, Renee, if you are just starting content, may I ask what it is you're doing? Because I'm currently in the middle of a stream, so I can't go look. But since you're here, you said Alex said you were putting up videos. Awesome. EP puts up videos. I put up live streams, which is technically videos. Lee puts up videos as well. I think I have more people coming in here that put up videos than don't half the time. Except for Ali. Ali's just awesome because she supports everybody. Ali's like the glue for a little mini online community. You always type paragraphs, mate. Right, that it was just one sprue, and you should have a base with it as well. It was a winged prime. I've actually got, for the time that you actually turn around and go, I need to put this together. Can you give me the? Still got the Leviathan instructions. So for the winged prime, it is it is a singular sprue, and it's do part 3 into part 4 first. They go into part 2. Then 1, which is a big body bit, clips onto the side, and 5 goes on the other side. Be careful. He's telling you to make sure those are lined up. And you put the 2 legs on. Then you put 1 wing on and 1 arm on, and then you put the other wing on, the other arm on, and then you put it on the base, and it's done. Joey, what is up, my man? How are you? In fact, both of you were. That's freaky that you both turned up tonight. That's weird. And we'll be talking to the missus now, definitely, when it comes to other things. That's just bizarre as fuck. So, yeah. Right, so far it's just sharing bases. So you're not hobby related then, Renee? Hobby related. It's more local travel, information and informative rather for education and entertainment, as opposed to a 40-year-old geek sat in a living room painting toy soldiers. Just in case anyone doesn't understand who I'm referring to there, I am just over 40. So he's me. Still need to find players for Dungeons and Dragons campaigns as well. So yeah, I'm going to have quite a large Astral Militarum force by the time we get everything. Because I think I'm getting another 20 guardsmen, plus another command unit. Another command squad, should I say. Then 2 of the new, is it heavy ordnance batteries, and a scout. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cap out pretty much on basic infantry, which is not necessarily a great thing because they're not overly powerful, but if I can turn them into a couple of extra special weapon squads, that'll be nice. Joey, you've got to remember when you come in here, any Americanisms you've got to translate for me. What are attempts? Like halfway through the year exam things. You need to translate this stuff. Renee can do any Canadianisms. Should BC come in as well? I collect them. I'm supposed to play with them, but nobody plays anymore with me because apparently I've been ruining games since the day I was born. So I'm supposed to play games with them, but I don't. So it's just turned into a collection now. Problem is, I'll soon have 5 armies, and then by the end of next year, I should have 6. I think. That's just Warhammer 40,000 armies. That's not taking into account anything that I've picked up to be a Dungeons and Dragons character, baddie, NPC, anything like that. And I have both human, goblin, some dwarves, some orcs, some like big armor things, and then I have a load of animals as well. So I've got 12 cats, and then I've got 35 characters going into the magical world, which I've still not finished the first floor on yet. I've got to finish the basically ground level, so I can paint that, and then I can start actually painting models for the ground level. Which is going to be fun. I've only got the colour scheme set for 2 of them, which is Sparkles and Oak. That one's obviously. Oh no, these people are worse than me, Renee. These people are worse than me. There are people that I have. Okay, I've got one faction which I can easily say I've got 300 at least without any shadow of a doubt or lying or umming and ahhing. I have at least 300 in one faction. There are people that have thousands for one faction and then have multiple factions. There are people in America. There you go. No offense to any Americans, but look, if you're going to do it, you do it big. So, yeah, the biggest collections I've seen on YouTube, at least, have always been Americans. And it's because y'all have got the room to just spread out. So you've got the room to put these big, whopping, great big armies. And over here in good old Blighty, with little squished up houses, we don't always have the room. So everything I've got in boxes at the minute are tubs. I have some in army cases. I have 3 army cases, but 2 of them are taken up by a single faction, and 1 of them's taken up by a faction that's currently in shambles. That'll probably change. The Eldar will probably end up getting the army case soon, once they're together and put in. Then the other army cases will probably become vehicle storage, because vehicles are harder to store than most other things. Good evening, Cam. Good evening. Are you going to go the same way, and am I end up with like almost every bloody army, or are you keeping yours? Please tell me you're keeping yours.
Please.
See, even begging from the background there. Please say you're keeping yours. Yeah, hashtag America. Woo! Sorry. I have to make the sound effects. I don't have a gun, all right? We're not allowed them over it. Don't maybe it. Ramrod's already donated his entire Astra Militarum force. So don't maybe this. You've got Tau and Necrons. And no, you're keeping them. You're keeping the damn things. I'm not ending up with more armies. I've got nowhere to put them. Anyway, you're supposed to be my opponent. You can at least have 2 armies out of the 10 that we'll have between us. Yeah, there'll be 10 between us next year, dude. 10 armies between us. Mostly Xenos as well. Renee, this mine was a custom. Yeah, mine costs extra on top. I think it's about, if you wanted to buy the normal one that sold on the Rogues Den Hobbies website, it's about £35-ish, give or take a few pounds. I'm not sure if they've got a license to ship to the US or Canada at the moment, but I know they can ship to the UK. And yeah, it's about £35-ish for the standard one, but that would only be this big. As I said, mine cost a little more than that. I'm not going to divulge quite how much, because just it was more than what it should have been on the website, put it that way. But it was a custom job that they were happy to do for me. I would love a hobby room as well. I'm sure Sparkles would love to talk about it. She's trying to get me under the stairs. In fact, she's still looking at the idea of trying to get me under the stairs out of the way. She's trying to turn me to Harry Potter. I do not have a scar on my forehead in the shape of a lightning bolt. I actually have two lumps. I actually have 3 lumps. I have a tricorn head, but that's neither here nor there. So fingers crossed, by the time I've painted this, Cam in chat, yeah, I'm talking to you, will have plucked up the courage to actually play me again. Wuss. Doesn't, like I see, I'm going to have like loads of factions, and you've got a good chance of winning against some of them because I've never played them before. Isn't that a good idea? So that'll be before shipping. Obviously, you'd have shipping and taxes and anything that's to go on top. So that could also be another like $65 shipping. So all of a sudden that model becomes $130. Because you will want it. It doesn't come built like that. Obviously, everything, it comes with all the wires and stuff. It does also come with a big fuck off gun. I'm just not using it on it because it's a little bit over the top. And this coming from the guy who's got this ridiculously oversized bear to be a dreadnought. It does come with another gun, which I'll show you in a moment. So I get this little black base coat down. I believe. No, Tau have got a codex, haven't they? Necrons might still be on. What's it called? Index cards. Or just download Battlescribe, you muppet. I've got the rulebook. Nothing much has changed. You know the basics. And it just pretty much everything gets cover now. It's like, does that get cover? Yeah. If there's a slight doubt, then yeah, it gets cover now because it's just that easy to get. So it'll be easy. Do you know how the wound rolls work? It's still the same. They've just moved past the 10 limit now. Cool. Update it. Download the 10th. Throw your 2 forces in. Have a quick look at the rules. I'm not looking forward to playing against a marker like freaking rule, put it that way. That's going to be annoying as shit. Especially with your freaking Storm Surge and your Riptide and freaking Crisis Suit teams. And everyone doesn't even know about these, Cal. They only know about the Necrons that are painted for you. They don't know what that is in that. They don't even know what frigging Gunwild thing you've got. Oh, that is awesome. That is a top idea. Oh. I think my landlord would get rather annoyed though if I started cutting holes in the walls. I'm tempted though. Would give me a reason to get a train track. I'm getting dodgy looks from behind the camera. Apparently, I'm not cutting holes in the walls to get a train track. Yes, Cam, your tower annoying. Your tower really annoying. They are annoying because they are squishy. They run away and they just shoot. And they run away and they shoot. And they run away and they shoot. And they run away and they shoot. And if you can't close them down, then they just shoot you to death. But I can close them down. I can close the cat down. At least with 2 of my armies. And the other one, I've got just as much range in shooting as you. That's another one of the armies got just as much range in shooting as me. Believe it or not, Renee, mine isn't actually that great. Well, it is and it isn't. I get, and luckily it's not that often anymore. I am getting better, whether a result of using this as therapy or not, I don't know. Or other things that are uncontrollable or unknown to myself. But my condition, which is the reason I started this, is slowly getting better, I think, while I'm conscious anyway. I can't tell while I'm asleep. So yeah, I have body movement and control most of the day now. Even not all the day sometimes. It's awesome. I don't know. Actually, they might have the rules. Move, shoot, move rule. Damn it. You're banned from playing Tau. You do know that, don't you? Fine, you can ban me from playing Space Marines. I have enough armies. If you leave it any longer, I'll have another one. I'll get to find out what it's like to roll the Baneblade forward. And I'm not going to be stupid enough to tank shot them just in case they've got fucking EMP grenades. So, yeah, that's been bombarding with battle cannons and heavy bolters. Watching your little squishy tower get blown to pieces. Or in my case, what usually happens, are roll ones. On pretty much everything. Okay, so that's mostly... That's the black one, but I'm going to have to go back in because some of the white bits that are showing up in there are going to have to be done blue. How many live streams do you go to, by the way, Ali? Because I know you go to a few. You got me, you got Nick, you've got any that Dan does that you can pop on to. I'm assuming you get Rumble quite easily. Obviously, these EBs that I know you go to. I think I've even seen you in one or two of Lee's. I mean, you do go to a lot. You do support a lot of us on YouTube, and it's usually the smaller ones, which I've got to say I'm really, really thankful for. Thank you very much. And to everyone else as well who is a subscriber, thank you to all you as well, because it does help us little channels. And if you can, and you are able to, like Renee did tonight, catch us live, come in and chat to us, because it's kind of what we want from everybody. No, we want you to be able to come in, talk, chat, ask questions, talk to each other, ignoring the person on screen if you really want to. As work avoidance, it's, believe it or not, it does take a lot of work though. It takes a lot of work to do this. Which is why Calm looked out when I said I'd paint an army for him. And he weren't stupid. He went, this one is untouched pretty much. It's the biggest one I've got. I've got the most infantry. This one. Dang it, I thought he was going to play the tank. The one with all the nice big flat panels and suits and stuff. But no, kept that one for themselves. Instead, I got the mind-numbing T100s with different weapons. And yes, Games Workshop, they are just T100s. Don't try and claim that. No, they're not. They're Egyptians. Fuck off. No, fucking T100s. Everyone knew it. Just you give them bling. That's all. And any other white bits? There are loads of little white bits. Careful, is it? Oh, you've not been into any of these yet, right? Okay. So you do a lot of live streams. They're all when you're not working as well. When do you sleep? I mean, I know Hayden. I don't believe Hayden does it anymore, but hey, I know Hayden used to use me as ASMR for a brief time. because I'm an hour ahead. So it's like perfect time for going to sleep. Okay, blue done. Now just to decide what to do with the bloody claws. Now I was thinking originally silver. I am still thinking silver, but now hear me out. I don't know why I say that. It's my decision. There is. I could paint like actual claws, bear claws. No, gotta paint silver. Stick with the straight idea. Stick with the same idea. I know what I was gonna do, so I'm gonna do that. Which means get the lead belcher. That also gives this a little bit more time to dry, so we can come back to it in a minute. And I'll show you what I mean by the white. A little bit of lead belcher. And a little bit more just in case. I have not seen Twisted actually, Lee. Thank you for bringing that up. I will go check on him actually after this stream because I've not seen him for a little bit. So I'm a little bit concerned. I'm a little bit worried. So I'll bring him over a message and see how he's doing. But I shall finish this stream first. Okay. Right. See, I'm losing track of chat now. It's one thing. If you do talk to each other, I've got to try and figure out when you're talking to each other. I'm no good at it. I'm no good. I'm not. The slight narcissist in me kind of thinks you've always got to be talking to me because, well, I'm the center of everything. Because I say so. So no. I mean, everyone has some degree of narcissism in them. Just apparently have a slight degree more than others. I mean, I'm not a complete narcissist. Otherwise, I'd be loaded. And obviously, I'm not because I don't have a hobby room. So the first I complained about the house was big enough to have a hobby room. And narcissists generally tend to have a lot of money because they're so bloody self-focused and they want it. And they want it and they want it and they want it and they get it. They call it drive. I call it being a narcissistic twat. Yes, sorry. Twisted is full name Twisted Nerves Painting. We've not seen him in here last couple of streams, which is concerning. Shall we say? Let's just say it's concerning. Because he's usually one of the first to be in here and one of the first to actually see me even move on Discord. In fact, that guy is on the ball for doing stuff, and he does some fantastic work. So I'm wondering, I hope he's okay. I do hope he's okay. I was thinking back to my last conversations, but he seemed all right when I was speaking to him last. So I shall reach out. I shall have to be the one that reaches out this time. I don't do that very well, being English and everything. There we go. Nice and simply done. And now this goes on his back. Like so. Where did I put my super glue? I know I had super glue not long ago. Right. Why have I got a feeling this is not the same super glue I had a moment ago? Why have I got a feeling this is the super glue I had a moment ago? Mainly because that top's not coming off. Yeah, Twister is the movie. Thank you very much, Lee. Yes. Right. Activator. Yes, I have done exactly what you think I've just done. Call me whatever names you want. It fucking works. It's what superglue was made for. And it's the best activator you will get for superglue. Problem is now I have to be incredibly fucking accurate with where I put it. So oh, is the glue just not? Has the glue dried already? Before I actually managed to get it stuck into place. Yes. Two more blobs. That was half set, so it should be all right as long as I don't glue my fingers together. Ah, crap. Right, no, glue this. In this case, it is whatever I've chosen, Renee, because it is my own personal chapter. If you're into games and you are playing Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine, then, or Space Marine 2, should I say, because that's a popular game at the moment, isn't it? Then it'll give you set chapters to do. So you're an Ultramarine, which is why it's all blue. And then there's the Salamanders, which are a lighter, like a mid-light green, kind of like this colour. Then you've got the Dark Angels, which are a darker green, Blood Angels, which are bright fucking red, obviously. Space Wolves, which are kind of a grey blue. White Scars, which are white, funnily enough. And a few other set colour schemes. But you can choose your own, like I have. So that is his. So that is Lavarus pretty much done apart from washes now, including backpack. No, I've still not done them in there, have I? I've got to do the power thingy for them in there. That'll have to be done after the washes because I don't want the washes splashing over that. So yeah, after the washes is when that gets done. So Lavarus stand there. Let's come back to his base now. And now we want to dry brush, but we want to be careful on the dry brush because of the stupid little. Yes, it is still 10th. Leviathan box. Yes, that will be on Thursday, Ali. That will be about the same time as this on Thursday. That's the Magical World of Sparkles. Sparkles. Blah, blah, blah. Learn to talk per first. It does help. The Magical World of Sparkles and Oak. And yeah, that's a D&D thing. Because I need somewhere to put all them 35 D&D characters. So of course I'm going to build an entire diorama that takes up a slot in the living room. Why wouldn't I? Because he's not normal, that's why. Dry brushing. Now I'm going to use the big dry brush to do the dry brushing. Although it seems to have a lot of paint in it still. That's not good. Good evening, Beaky. How you doing, man? You've been posting fair few videos about Battlefield recently. I still need to get around to watching. I might just do a little Beaky marathon and just go on a Battlefield Beaky mission. Because you have been putting a lot up about Battlefield recently. That brush soap is amazing. It just takes a lot of cleaning up afterwards. You're bored, so you edit. I wish it was that easy. No, I get what Renee's saying there. It's something you do have to do for the analytics. It's YouTube will make you jump through hoops to get certain things out of it. I'm just the type of person that's like, well, no, I want to use it for this instead, so go away. I don't care if you want this to happen. I want this to happen. Hello, Carl. All right, you're saying hello to Buzzard. Yeah, don't ask me. So, yeah, I don't like editing, so that rules it all out for me. But I need something to dry this on. That's not the piece of paper towel that I've just been using because it's now saturated. I'm back in 1 minute. I'm just going to go get something to dry the brush. I should think ahead better. I should definitely think ahead better. Yes, thank you very much for coming to check me out, Renee. I think that live streams are well and good, but sometimes, see, I've visited a few live streams, and live streams can be all right as long as it's entertaining and it's engaging. If you're not as engaging and you're not as entertaining, for example, then you have to be able to engage with the audience, at least. And I've seen some YouTubers where it's just ridiculous on the chat sides that you're never going to get to have some kind of conversation. You've got AFK, but BK, not a problem if you are editing or playing. Either way, enjoy and have fun. Right, so as I'm lazy as fuck. See, I knew that was gonna be a potential, so I tried not to. That's why I'm dabbing this one here and this one here instead, because I don't want it to fucking snap off. Luckily, this is where the rock is, so it's not taking a big bit of detail away. Make sure I get all the edges that I need to, and the Space Marine. That's pretty much his armor done now, because, well, he has black armor, and we just highlighted most of it. I'll get some nice bright upper edges, but keep most of the shadow if I can. Right. Making a brew, oh, I've got a brew. I've still got a brew. Beaky, you rock shoes, remember? Remind me, I've got a brew. I've got to reach for it, but I've still got a brew. Okay, so now things are looking a little like they're going to stand out a little more, which is good. But I did say I wanted to do something specifically with the white, or at least where he was going to be standing. So I need to really, really look now where he's going to be standing. Okie dokies. YouTube is a great hobby for winter, especially if you've got the time to just make the most out of it. Right, so, but if you're working all day summer, you obviously then it makes its way back for you. You're working the longer ass hours summer if you've got seasonal work. So it's 2 splodges right at the end of that line, essentially. So it's right behind that line. 2 splodges there. So I'll get the stipply brush, and I actually want to quite brightly stipple essentially around where his foot's going to go. So I can make it really, really bright around his foot. Anyone who's seen Twisted Nerves, Ogren with the lasers, it's kind of that thing. No worries, Renee. Thank you very much for popping in, and drive safe if you're driving anywhere, because it is still driving time for you. So please drive safe if you are driving anywhere, and have fun. Enjoy yourself. So that's where he's going to stand, as far as I'm aware. Yep, so I need to go a little bit further back on that top side. This bottom side isn't too bad though, but I need to come a bit further this way on this one, and somehow this side's not too bad. I don't know how. Yeah, there we go. Now for the next fun bit, because the next fun bit is yellow. And then red, and then, yeah. Then we have to pick rock. Then we have to do a bit of gold. It shouldn't be too bad. We should at least be able to get to the point where one more session and then this berry is done. And I don't like saying it like that because I like the bear. I like to paint the bear. But it needs to be. Stipple off some of that. I think that's extremely looking bright. It is extremely looking bright, you're right. Let's stipple it around the middle. No, Alex, just stick an A on the end of calm, and it'll work perfectly. Calmer, 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 calmer. Tiny bit of orange. Even less of that to be able to. Around the edges. If Twisted was here this evening. Might have to be slashed. The project I'm actually using the bloody lighting effects. Right, I could just do it like that, couldn't I? I don't know, I wanted that to be going in reverse because I wanted that to be actual flames. So I want them to look like standing out a little bit more. Okay. Yeah. You can't argue with that one. Song fits. Song fits. Does also mean that I'm going to be calling you Boy George next time I see you. So I don't know, is Boy George bald now? Boy George is bald now. Yeah, I can call you Boy George. Well, you're not going to like me for it, but still. Right, okay, let's see roughly where it's going to stand now. And does it work like I want it to? Come on, fit down. "24 years been waiting for a chance." Is that too much? That Ali? Ali? Who the fuck is? Is that the wrong song? God, that's the wrong name. That. So that's kind of the. Yeah, that works. Oh me, I've just done a lighting effect that first time, and it doesn't look too bad. So yeah, that was my plan for the base. So where it's standing is where it's heated up the most. So I'm going to have to wash the bear and then glue it in place. Okay, but now remember to wash my fucking brush. Because if you don't wash the brush, I get a crusty brush. Nobody, and I mean nobody, likes a crusty brush. We don't. Stop. Still don't know if that's lying to me, whenever that's lying to me or not, you know. Because I can see on my phone it's got the thing that normally would tell you if people are watching you. But when I start, it says 2, and I know there's not 2. And then when 4 people are talking, it says 2, so I know it's not 2. It works with Ali just as much as Alice. And you did calm without putting the karma on the end. So if you can take little bits off to make it fit, I can take little bits off to make it fit. I thought that was quite a good one. Mm-hmm. I don't know why I just turned into a 5-year-old. I got 7 watches. You see, it doesn't tell me I've got 7 watches. I've got 2. That's how wonderful it is. I mean, don't get me wrong, OBS doesn't tell me anything. OBS only tells me if I've got people that have sent messages in chat. That's all OBS tells me. But the other one's just supposed to actually tell me if I've got people watching, listening, whatever. I can't see it all the time because it is right behind the light. It doesn't help. I've got 2 lights, one of which is shining right into my face. Or he's looking at the phone a little difficult. Yeah, the same one I've just done, Ali. Smokey and Roger B. Brown. Who the fuck is Alice? Because he kind of revamped the song, didn't he? When he Al Chubby got involved. No, I don't know why. Cam's playing. I'm not singing. Yeah, and I am. Don't think so, mate. Don't fucking think so. I do strangle fucking cats, I am. Right. Washes. Washes. That's not mine. Was I smart enough to leave an advert straight out? Or was I a dumbass and put it away in a place that I'm never going to find it again? I'm going to go with Raglan Flesh Shade instead. And obviously no Nile for the black bits. Now I could do with finding one of the wash brushes. That's what we'll do. So we need no Nile. And this is literally how you apply no Nile. You just slap it all over. Probably does help if you have a hold of the model while you do it, I suppose. Nearly dropped him. A one-stop cure for all your painting fuck-ups. Or most of them anyway. And if no Nile doesn't work, then Aggro Surf Shade usually does. Which is why it's the 2 washes of choice, usually. Have a good night, Ali. Thank you for coming to join us. Sleep well. Drive safe tomorrow. If you're driving, I don't think you drive. But still drive safe anyway. If you're just driving people up the wall. Always a fun thing to do. And anyone can do that type of driving. It's great. So more washing. Just realised these are still blue tacked on. These aren't glued on yet. So that's something I'm going to have to remember when it comes down to the final stickings and gluings. The shoulder guns are not glued yet. Remember that bit, lads. Yeah, well, driving people at the wall still just as Be safe while you're driving people up the wall. Make sure you're not underneath when they come crashing down. You know, things like that. Smart things to remember. Where else do I need to? Yeah, no comment. And Cam, you've handed out enough of those licenses. You shouldn't be able to comment on anyone being able to have a license for that. How many of those licenses have you handed out now? Yeah, I know I missed a bit. Shut up. So did you. It's all of you Riptide. You can see them. And your Storm Surge. You missed loads of bits. It's not like you've even had an excuse. Why don't you get your paints out now? Come on. 9:30 on a Monday. Get your paints out. Get your towel out. Sit down. I'm painting with lass. See, there you go. You can paint with lass. If you want to do it on Mondays. A few months. You'll have your army done. Heck, if you join me on Wednesdays and Thursdays as well, and you did all 40k on all of them, you'll have your army done in no bloody time. You can bring it round so I can shoot off the table. Don't say that. I'm not said the same thing. I'm hoping a few of his washes might still survive. He said he's donating his everything that he's got for Warhammer. So who knows what I'm going to end up with regarding paints and tools and things. I just know I'm going to get a lot of models. A lot of models. Several tanks and a big super heavy tank. I'm getting a Baneblade. It was never on any of my I should get that lists. But they are ridiculous tanks. And I'm getting one. Along with several normal tanks. At least 5 normal tanks. It could be as many as 7. If it is 7 tanks, that's going to be awesome. But I don't know if I'll be able to field all 7 in a single thing. The guard were on your list. Well, you're going to have a chance to play them if you keep playing. I'll have a guard army. I'll have an Orc army. I'll have a Tyranid army. I'll have a Space Marine army. I'll have an Eldar army. I'll have a World Eaters army. If I can get an Angry Ron. And in worst case scenario, he could be angry and replace Angry Ron. He's big enough. So then we could have a World Eaters. I could have a World Eaters army. That stands at 2,000 points. about 30 Khorne Berserkers, 5 Terminators, Jackals, Lord on Juggernaut, Lord Executioner. Lots of nice models and units. Oh, and a unit of Terminators. My orcs are in pieces, yes. But I will be getting more orcs, and that'll give me a kick up the backside to complete and collate my current orcs to get them into a playable condition. At the moment, I do only have 2 armies that are in playable conditions, that being the Space Marines and the Tyranids. They both have 2,000 points fully painted and ready for tabletop. Tyranids could have more, close to 3,000, I think. I'll have to have a look back through Battlescribe to make sure. Well, I think the Tyranids are now close to 3,000 points. There's quite a few armies that are getting. Should be fun. Just need somebody to fucking play. Hint, hint, Carl. The person who lives up the road with 2 armies. Nearly finished with the wash. This is why the wash stage is so important. Well, they've not been glued on yet, but I still need to wash the damn things. I think my orcs currently are in a tub, but in a very, very disarrayed form. They didn't go in that way, but they are orcs after all, so they got bored while they were in there. I'm assuming they've had a scrap. Find out who's biggest and best and baddest. Of course, one of the war bosses, the metal war boss, won that one. So, right. I feel slightly better now. Okay, so I've got to let it dry. I've got to let it dry first. And then I can get it on the correct place, and then we'll be sorted. It is awesome. It's awesome. It's working. Plan's going ahead. Plan's going ahead. Don't you love drying times? It always seems to work that when you don't want it to dry, it dries instantly. When you want it to dry, let's have a drink, shall we? Oh, come on, you bleeder. Dry. The non-loyal's dried already. The Reichland is taking its time. Reichland is taking his sweet ass time. Come on. You're struggling to find the files on Battlescribe, right? I'm going to have to come round and sort it out. Oh, I'll come round to yours and we'll sort it out. One of the two. But yeah, no, you'll have to come round because I'm sorting crap this week. Although, I'm sorting crap next week as well. How busy next 2 weeks of just sorting things out. It's going to be so much fun. Honest. Right, hopefully that's him mostly dry now. So how am I going to do this? I'm serious. How am I going to do this? I need to do his guns. No, I'm actually going to do his guns second, you know. I'm going to do him first onto the base, and then I'm going to do his guns. There we go. So now I can actually show him off under the light a bit more. Show where his feet are. Ah! You're supposed to set pretty damn quick on this stuff. I suppose that's my own fault for waving it around like an absolute nutter. And more. It's super glue. Now take these bits off. Take the blue tack out of them because blue tack does sometimes get stuck in the little holes where they've 3D printed and you've had to put drain holes in. Because it becomes a whole different thing if you get one of these solid, it's just ridiculous amount of plastic or resin, depending how they've. Oh, come on. Now hold the guns in place. No, I don't have to. There we go. Awesome. Well, I think this is actually the first one of these that have been painted up as well, so I might send a few pictures over to Rose then, see what they think. But now I should have a chance to dry. There we go. So now we have a nice fiery Lazarus on a nice base. Still need to paint the rim. Ooh. So that can be the final thing I'm going to do for this evening. So I've got about 20 minutes to paint the rim. I don't think it'll take that long. But it might do. It is me after all. And that'll round me off at a nice round 2 hours for the stream. So I'm not keeping people up too late. I'll think about possibly repairing that little bit of stuff that came off, but for now, let's make sure I get a base layer on this so then I can give it a second layer eventually and it will actually be nice and flat black and I'll have something to grip to. As you can see at the moment, it's not gripping too well. I mean, it's going on a little, but yeah, it's first coat is never the best one, especially as something like a coffee mate lid. It wasn't originally designed to be used this way. And now from the top, is there anywhere I need to touch up round? Just where I've dabbed over with the thingy, the dry brush. Trying to make sure I get that layer in. There we go. No worries, Lee. You have a great night, mate. Thank you very much for coming to join me tonight. And let me know. Well, I'll message Twisted myself. Find out. This base, just going around the base might take a good couple of layers. So rather than sit here just painting what essentially doesn't show up on camera because of the light behind it, which is ridiculous. But it's the foam you see underneath it. It just doesn't stop light. So, yeah. Well, that dry is going to take a few more coats. Not very fun to watch. You've just seen me do 2 of them. Once it's done that, I will take some proper pictures with my makeshift light box, put them up in Discord and Instagram. But that will be, as far as I know for now, as far as I can tell, Lazarus has just been completed tonight. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I'm in shock. I'm in shock. There's got to be somewhere else. There'll probably something I've forgotten. There's always something I've forgotten. Sorry to clean my brush at the same time. So there'll be something I've forgotten. I'll see tomorrow in daylight. That should be fun. It'll probably be something ridiculous like an eye or a dot or something that I just missed tonight completely for some reason. But I can't see anything. I hope. So with that, yeah. Thank you everybody for coming to join me. Buzzard, Calm, Ali. We had a few people in tonight. Lee. Who else? I know we had other people. Renee managed to finally catch one of the live streams. Thank you very much for coming to see us, Renee. And anyone else in the future, if you like, leave a subscribe, put that notification on to let you know when I'm live. Hopefully you can catch us next time as well and come and have a bit of a chat. That'll be some fun. I'll be awesome. So thank you everybody who has joined me and everybody's watching in the future. Hope it's been at least entertaining while you are relaxing. Anything, as long as you got something out of it, that's all that really matters. So drive safe, everyone. Good night.